Don't let them take you out your spirit, gotta stay focused. Can't go back living how I was, cause it's repulsive. I don't ask for much, this all I ever wanted. And not killing, die behind it, you can quote me. Yeah, these hoes for the streets, they ain't holy. I ain't pulling up the spiritual when devils kiss your boots. We ain't no cowards, please don't say what you gon' do. Or post something on the internet you think you gotta prove. Cause I got Karak Ice, I got Shia War, got Kasarpa Kai, I got Imawan, got Kabah, I got Tazabah, got Kadista Car, bring out Gobble War. Couple young men in this bitch with an olive oil. If you ain't in these ranks, then you out of order. It's a time for everything right now, it's time for war. And I'm still the same nigga when I'm not recording. I pull up, shoot from half like I'm Michael Jordan. On the Lord's army, I survived a Christian church, moral of the story. Hardcore look like I morphed on him. Appetite for battle, yeah, I'm war hungry. I ain't choose this life, the Lord chose me. I'm a certified priest and I don't take that lightly. How I feel about this shit, yeah, I can't describe it. I know they mad at me, cause I can't trust the white man. I gird up my loins and did something mighty. Yeah, what's done in private, it's gonna come to light. Speak the truth into these bones and watch them come to life. All my friends are dead, let loose all the plagues, yeah.
Yeah, those are messed up, no. Bad news is to beat your home, nigga. Yeah. Go on, get on his ass real quick one time. 144.
They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said, of course. Soon as they trade that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, me whole car. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I go with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You even low on this Lord, so that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm to our core. Wait up, let me make a call right quick. I'ma start another war. I was hurrying when she left, but I don't care about any part. I need a Vaseline like my Nina Puffer bar. Took a Zach, watch the dark. Matter of fact, like the dark. Any problem, let them come. We gon' snatch they soul like Shane Shaw. Put them out of service, keep them tools like Miss Hopper. Try to hope you way too late. I'm headed straight to the safe. Throw that one up like a trophy. I'm that nigga, ain't no debate. Throw them boys, we taking over. Call them up like set the day. This shit a piece of cake. Yeah, my bitches came from Whole Foods. Told them put on that top 3. Then bring me my house shoes. Don't make excuses, make moves. These niggas ungrateful, gotta show them UBK rules. I'm making hits like I can't lose. They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said, of course. Soon as they trade that beat, I ride that business like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, me whole car. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the fart. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You even low on this Lord, so that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm to our core. Yeah, I just got off the call. I'ma start another war. Spit a plate up with my niggas. Get your knife and your fork. They ain't locked in with the cow. Then when you speaking to me fart. Yeah, I just took the floor. Ain't no cowards in my campaign. They can't stop the campaign. Tell them bring the champagne. They know I'm a champion. They can see the outcome. Get them niggas bad. Got them tied down and outdone. You can't do with them steppers. Niggas been down since day one. We run up the bands, bitch, like Dylan. They say you get on, you gon' represent. I said, of course. Soon as they trade that beat, I read that bitch just like a horse. Yeah, about to go dumb. Yeah, bitch, we whole start. Yeah, ain't know they call me
something. They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my people. Yes, you said so.
Should a murderer go to jail for murdering?
Absolutely.
Should a thief go to jail when he steals?
Absolutely.
Should a robber pay back the money he robbed?
Absolutely.
So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did?
That's right.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. Payback is a dog. Payback is a dog. Payback is a dog.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never a home. Only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe the slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting. The trail of my tears is countless. Fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angels, be ready to rap. Cracking the sky, nuclear missiles will make it official. I'm capturing every crack and surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be, slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. Payback is a dog.
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood slump. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock got back gonna be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in his body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is dish served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in the world. Man, shoot. There was this backpack doing it. If I can't train us up for a brand new pair of bellows.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. Payback is a dog.
All right, everybody, clap it up. All right, everybody, clap it up. All right. Shalom, Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Barakatam to all the brothers. Shalom, Alta Hashem Yahshua to all the sisters. This is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, started out of 125th Street, Harlem, New York, on the D Command Jonah. And since 1969, we've been teaching us so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the true Hebrew Israelites according to the Bible. And the title today is, of course, Coming into the Truth. Coming into the truth and what to expect when you come into the truth. And what you should do when you come into the truth. Because a lot of people they view the ISUBK as a hate group. They view us like we're some kind of enemies, or like we're some kind of people who are bad. When we have a reputation since 1969 of doing good, of not even harming nobody. Like, we don't have a reputation like the police station does. Everybody looks at us like they look down upon us. They look down upon us, but this is what you really should expect when you come up in the ISUBK, when you come into the truth, because it's not what you think it is. A lot of people think that Actually, I've had people tell me this, like, oh, it's a cult. Oh, I bet you can't even get out of there if you wanted to. But no, it's actually not like that. It's not like that at all. Actually, it's quite opposite, actually. But a lot of people view the ISUBK as a hate group. They view us as some people who are crazy, like barbaric. They think we just do all the evil in the world. When really all the evil in the world is in the Christian church. That's where all the evil is being portrayed. That's where all the evil is going on. It's not, we don't do evil in the ISUBK. We're not out here unaliving people. We're not out here. One of the best examples ever for their people. We have the best examples for brotherhood, best examples for love. But this is what you should expect when you come up into the ISUBK. You should expect to be treated like a brother. Because a lot of people in the world are not treated like brothers. They're not treated how you would be treated in here. In the world, you're treated like you're treated poorly. You're treated poorly because so many people have cold hearts towards one another. A lot of our people have cold hearts toward one another and treat each other poorly. We don't treat each other like we're family, or like we actually know each other, or like as if we want to help each other. But we do treat each other like trash. That's what we treat each other as, but not in the ISUBK. When you come up into this truth, when you come up in here, you're gonna be treated like a brother. You're gonna have brothers to back you up. You come up in here and change your life. Hold on real quick. Okay, I'm talking. Well, yeah, you're gonna be treated like a brother. You're not gonna be treated like trash like everybody else does. Everybody else in the world laughs at your face, laugh at you, but not here in the ISUBK. Oh yeah. Let me get this. And you gotta come up. So blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you being the chosen. Like, hold on real quick. Okay. All right. Like Hispanics and Native Americans, you being an Israelite, finding out that you're an Israelite, you got to come up in this truth, and you've got to become a baby again. You've got to become a child wanting to learn. Can you get Ecclesiasticus chapter 6 and verse 32? We're going to break the whole thing down. Actually, hold on. Actually, first get Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 and verse 1 first. We'll go there first. Because we're showing people what to expect when you come up in here, when you come to serve the Lord. You got it? Oh. Say it again. Oh, yeah, it's in the part 4. 2 and 1. 2 and 1. Can I go ahead? Come on. Got it? You remember how to share it? Okay, come on. You remember how to make the screen small, like both of them even? Oh, sorry. Okay, go ahead. Oh, so you got to click the down there, remember? Okay, come on, go ahead. Come on. Come on.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord.
Oh, he says, my son. My son, I mean, talking to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. If you come, keep on reading.
My son, if thou come to serve the Lord.
If you come to serve the Lord, if you come up in here to change your life to serve the Lord, how do you serve the Lord? Yeah, it's like, how do you serve the Lord?
By following law, statutes, and commandments.
Yeah, by following the law, statutes, commandments, keeping his commandments. That's how you serve the Lord. By doing what he says. I mean, a servant would obey his master. Well, you have to obey the Lord by keeping his law, statutes, commandments. But keep on going.
Prepare thy soul for temptation.
You've got to prepare your soul for temptation. When you come up here to serve the Lord, you have to prepare your soul for temptation. You have to prepare your soul for all the things that are out in the world that are there to distract you. You have to prepare your soul to, instead of going out and playing video games all the time, study. You have to prepare your soul for all these things that are coming about. All the temptations that are in the world, like eating shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster. Because you're so used to eating these things that now you have to all of a sudden stop. Now you have to prepare your soul and have withdrawals to be able to fight your flesh and not eat these things, not go out and sleep with harlots. You got to prepare your soul for these. That's what you got to do when you come to serve the Lord. And it might not be easy. Serving the Lord ain't forever. Well, I ain't gonna say doing what we do, being a priest, ain't for everybody. Going out to camp ain't for everybody. It's not for everybody. It is hard. You can be a brother in the school and just pay your tithes. Because, I mean, we still need brothers who will be carpenters or brothers who will, be judges or doctors. But coming out here and being a soldier, coming out here and going to camp, staying up 24/7 to answer questions for your brother isn't for everybody. Not everybody can do that. But what you got to do when you come up in here to serve the Lord is you have to prepare. You have to come up in here and prepare thy soul for temptation in there. To prepare your soul for the temptations in the world in this truth. So be aware that you're going to have withdrawals. You're going to have withdrawals. But when you have those withdrawals, you have brothers to be able to help you. You're not alone. What I'm saying, like brothers out in the world, they're not there for you. Like brothers in the ISUPK are here for you. Brothers in the ISUPK will be here for you. You ever need help or just want to talk to a brother? You can talk to a brother here in the ISUPK. You can talk to another brother and call him up, and he's gonna answer. And you could talk to him and chop it up with them all you want, and he's gonna be there for you because that's what we're here for. I mean, dang, we're about to go help our brother build a house. We're finna go help our brother build a house. A lot of other brothers would not do that in the world. They wouldn't go help their brother do that. I said, nah, I ain't got the time, man. I can't do it. I got all these issues that I'm dealing with. But no, because we're brothers to one another, we're gonna go help our brother. Go ahead and give me Ecclesiasticus chapter 6 and verse 32. Good.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 6, verse 2. Extol not thyself in the council.
Hold on. Ecclesiasticus chapter 6 and verse 32. Okay.
My son.
It says my son. Hold on. He says, oh, yeah, go ahead, my bad.
It's the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 6 and verse 32. My son.
It says my son again, talking to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the children of Israel. My son, go ahead.
If thou wilt, thou shalt be taught.
Hold on. If thou wilt, thou shalt be taught. If you will allow it, you will be taught. The crazy thing is, a lot of our people aren't allowing the men of the Lord to be able to teach them. They're not allowing themselves to be taught. That's what I'm saying. You got to come up in here and you've got to become a child again, allowing yourself to be taught. You can't come up in here thinking that you know everything. You can't come up in here and be like an adult thinking that you know everything, because adults know everything. They've been taught everything already, but they haven't been taught everything according to this Bible. So you've got to throw away everything that you knew in the world, and you've got to become a child again and be retaught. You got to allow yourself to be taught again. Go ahead, read it from the top again.
My son, if thou wilt,
if you will allow it, go ahead.
Thou shalt be taught.
You'll be taught. If you allow it, you will be taught. Go ahead.
And if thou wilt apply thy mind.
Hold on. It says, if thou will apply thy mind. If I will apply thy mind. Meaning, if you're not just listening with your ears, you're not just, it's not going in one ear and out the other. You're not just listening. You're actually studying, taking in the information. You're actually taking the time to understand these scriptures. You actually take the time to go over it more than once, because you're not going to be able to get something at first, hearing it the first time. It's not going to happen. You're going to have to hear it multiple times. You're going to have to hear more. I mean, dang, like, think about it. You're going to have to hear these scriptures multiple times. And you might, like Isupk was saying, you might hear these scriptures 1,000 times. But then maybe one day you might see a whole different way. You might read that scripture and you might see it a whole different way, and then you might get to understand it like, oh, in a whole different view than what you viewed it as. So you've got to go over it more than once. You've got to process it, let it process through your mind, because a lot of people don't let these scriptures process through their mind, and it causes them not to be able to understand it. You got to keep on going. Yeah, go.
And if thou wilt apply thy mind, thou shalt be prudent.
Thou shalt be prudent. Yeah, you've got to process it through your mind. Like, you can't just go. You know what? You can't just go and get meat scriptures. What do you have to start with? You've got to start with milk scriptures to be able to start the process of it. You've got to build a strong foundation. I have a strong foundation in it and start with the milk scriptures instead of going straight to the complex scriptures. You can't just dive head first into it. Not how it works. You can't just, I mean, dang, that's, what is that like? Oh, let me think of something. That's like going and playing football, right? Playing football and like you just started, but you're trying to already go to the big leagues. You're trying to go to the big leagues and play with the big people, but you don't know enough to be able to play with them. You don't know enough. You have to start at the beginning, from the ground level. Go ahead.
Don't overexalt yourself.
Yeah, don't overexalt yourself. You can't do that. Go to verse 33. Or you just keep on going. We're going down all the time. Come on, go ahead.
You gotta learn first.
Yeah, you gotta learn first. You gotta learn you gotta learn the fundamentals. You gotta learn the basics, I guess. The milk scriptures. I mean, you can't just go head in and go to the very so you can't deal with this big old problem that you have, right? Like you trying to go to the moon or something, but you're over here stuck trying to find out what your gender, who you are, what your gender is. You got to find out those small problems before you find out the big problems first. You can't go in and try to understand the deep dark mysteries without understanding the milk scriptures. You get what I'm saying? Like you've got to start your foundation first. Yeah. Yeah, you got to crawl. You got to be a child first. You can't go in being an adult. You said you tried that?
I tried that. I made a fool of myself.
Damn.
Not really. I don't know this. So let me try.
Yeah, you can't go in and like, man, I know all this. I know the Bible. Like, you can't do that.
I was ashamed of myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now if I have any questions or if I have any doubts about what I'm reading, you can talk to me. I had to.
Oh, man, that's what we're going to get into. Hold on. Yeah, we're going to get into that because keep on going. But yeah, you've got to start from the beginning. You know, read that scripture all over again.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 6, verse 31.
32.
My son, if thou wilt, thou shalt be taught.
Man, if you allow it, you will be taught. If you will apply yourself, you'll be taught. Go ahead.
And if thou wilt apply thy mind, thou shalt be prudent.
Yeah, if you would apply your mind to the scriptures, apply yourself to study, to take the time to learn these things. You got to start from the beginning. Don't go into those complex scriptures thinking that you're going to be able to understand the deep, dark mysteries. Don't do that. It's not going to happen like that. You're going to end up freaking yourself out. You're going to end up freaking yourself out. Yeah, I've done it. Actually, I've done it. But yeah, you're going to end up freaking yourself out. You're like, oh, yeah, hold on. You got to take a step back and start from the beginning. Keep on going.
Verse 33. If thou love to hear, thou shalt receive understanding.
Hold on. If you love to hear, thou shalt receive understanding. I mean, a person who doesn't think they know everything and will listen, they'll get understanding. You will get understanding by listening to the men of the Lord, the men who know these breakdowns and the deep dark mysteries. If you love to listen, read that again.
If thou love to hear, thou shalt receive understanding.
If you love to hear, you will receive the understanding. You receive the understanding from the men of the Lord, because you will be listening to these men and hearing the things that they say. You will get the breakdowns. You get the understanding and the knowledge from these men, because you'll hear it. And then if you can't just be so quick to speak. You got to listen first. You got to hear these things. You can't interrupt and be a loudmouth like a lot of these women out here. A lot of these women are real loudmouths. And they don't like to listen. They're only first to speak, thinking that they know everything. And then they end up learning nothing because all they want to do is speak. Speak ahead. Go ahead.
Something Captain Cesario said was that you can't, I heard him say you can't talk and listen at the same time.
You can't talk and listen at the same time. So you have to love to hear the understanding and the breakdowns from the men of the Lord. You got to love it. You got to strive. You want to strive for it, to be able to hear these breakdowns, to be able to get this understanding. You want to chase after it. You want to chase after the knowledge of this Bible. Read it again.
Verse 33. If thou love to hear, thou shalt receive understanding.
Thou love to hear. Thou shalt receive understanding. But if you're a man who doesn't like to listen and doesn't like to hear and open your ears, you're not going to get the understanding, because you're not going to be listening to the men of the Lord. You're not going to be listening to them. You're going to be shutting your ears. You're trying to listen to the world, trying to listen to your own understanding. Listen to everything else but this truth. You're listening to everything else but the men of the Lord. And you're going to end up losing yourself doing that. Read it again.
Verse 33. If thou love to hear, thou shalt receive understanding.
So be a person who doesn't think that they know everything. Don't be that person who thinks they know everything, and then ends up becoming an individual, like, or ends up becoming going off and branching off and making their own group, the own Hebrew Israelite group. Don't be that person. Instead, be the person who doesn't think they know everything and actually listens and gets these breakdowns and is able to receive it and then process it through their mind, to be able to hear this word and to be able to get the breakdowns. That's what you got to do. Read it, keep on reading.
And if thou bow thine ear.
Hold on. From the top, slowly.
If thou love to hear, thou shalt receive understanding. And if thou bow thine ear, thou shalt be wise.
Hold on. Because there is nothing wise in a man who doesn't bow his ear, and it's nothing wise in it and doesn't listen. There's nothing wise in a man who doesn't bow his ears and doesn't follow orders, doesn't take orders from the men above them. That's not wise. Men that don't follow protocols, that is not wise. You've got to bow down your ear and listen to the men of the Lord, wanting to listen to these men and get the breakdowns and get understanding. You've got to think about it. If you a man who's not following protocols and you at camp, right? You at camp and they tell you you're supposed to be on shamar. You're supposed to be watching everything that comes upon your path, but you want to instead do your own thing. And you want to get on your phone, tittle around and everything, and not listen to the men of the Lord. After they told you to be on watch, on shamar, what do you think is going to happen? Yeah, you get compromised. Now someone could come up and just, and you're done. And now that puts all your brothers at danger. It puts all your brothers at risk of losing their lives. So you've got to really take heed and follow protocols and listen to the men of the Lord. Can't have a man who doesn't listen to the men of the Lord and doesn't follow protocols at camp. You have to follow these protocols because those protocols are there in place for a reason, for safety. That's why rules are also there for safety, to keep you in line so that you're not going to get hurt, so no one gets hurt, so no one gets unalived. That's why rules are there. That's why we have rules. That's why the Lord set rules on the earth. Gave blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans rules so that they wouldn't hurt themselves. He gave them rules so that they could so that they could live. Those rules keep us alive. These laws, statutes, commandments keep us alive. And we have to follow them. We have to follow them and keep the protocols that were given by the men above. Because that's what, read it again.
Now, verse 32.
33.
33. If thou look to hear, thou shalt receive understanding. And if thou bow thine ear, thou shalt be wise.
Then you become a wise brother. It's wise to listen to the men above you. It's not wise to not listen to them. Like, think about it. If you having problems in your own household or anything, and then you go and you inquire of the men of the Lord. You go and you inquire of the men that are above you. You go and you get counsel. You talk to them, and you don't listen to them, and they tell you exactly what to do. They tell you how to do it and when to do it and all that. But you don't do it. You decide not to listen. You decide to go off of your own knowledge and go your own way and follow your own way. You decide to do that, and what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? It's not gonna go well. It's not gonna go as you plan. Everything's gonna go crumble. It's gonna crumble. It's gonna go south. But if you listen to the men of the Lord, you listen to them, and you listen to the doctrine that they give, you listen to the instructions that they give you, and everything's gonna work out. It's gonna work out perfectly fine. I mean, it always will. So have you ever been in counsel and needed help and just had to listen to what the men above you said? And when you listened to them and you did what they said, did everything work out? Yeah, everything always worked out. And then you became wise. Listening to these men. That's a wise decision. It's not wise not to listen to them, because if you don't, then everything's going to go to shambles. You become unwise. So you've got to listen to these men who know how to live life, who've been through life, who've been in this truth longer than us. There's nothing wise in not following orders and not following the things that the men above us tell. It's not wise to not follow their orders. It's not wise to not follow those protocols. You have something to say? It's like,
in this particular verse, if thou love to hear, thou shalt receive understanding. At one point in my life, I didn't. But
exactly.
I met a brother that's here now. He's a captain. And he was telling me these things 15 years ago. 15 years ago, I didn't follow him. Get in school, get in class, apply those things to your life. Your life will be better. And when I finally did, that was the best decision I've made, to apply those things. It's also my elder too.
Oh, exactly.
It took me over a decade.
He said over a decade and a half. Yeah, I mean, all brothers take different time. I mean, it takes brothers different times. Like, how can I say this? It might not. It might take. So for another brother, he might come into the truth right away, right? But other brothers, it's gonna take more time for them to get it.
I believe that depends on your spirit.
Yeah.
Time always is what's the right way of thinking and doing things. But like once I started doing those, now he's a captain, and all of a sudden my life started getting better maybe not the best life, but
Yeah.
it's a chip on my shoulder now.
Oh, and you started not having all these problems. Right now, we're gonna go through things because we're in captivity.
Right.
We in hell right now. We're gonna go through things, but you started to lose some of those heavy feeling that are things that were dragging you down. Started losing those things because you started listening to the men above you. That's what happens when we just listen to the men above us. That's what happens when we follow protocols. I mean, dang, if you would just humble yourself, if you would just be humble, because a lot of people they don't humble themselves. They're so prideful. Like you have to humble yourself, and you will get understanding. You'll receive understanding.
Like,
Go ahead.
even something that's going to my slavery, that used to be a heavy thing.
Damn.
I mean,
Oh.
that's 8, 9, 10 hours.
Kind of, yeah, that's true.
Because now I understand why it is.
You just gotta.
I mean, it's like I'm not in my feelings. I'd rather go 9, 10, 11 hours.
Come, yeah. Oh. If you can go through camp, if you can get through camp, you can get through your slave.
Right.
If you can get through camp, you can get through your slave, my brother. If you can get through that, you can get through your slave. I mean, dang.
Now that I know those things are like as I understand now. It's not. I understand where I'm at, what I'm doing. As before, I was going through it.
Come on.
I was like, I'm maneuvering through it.
Come
I
on.
know how to move because of the man that taught me this thing. And I know how to go about things. And I think it was like that.
Listen, bro, I think the most I'm here too, because I really shouldn't even be here. I should be 6 feet on the ground right now. To be honest.
12 for me.
He said it's great. Oh. Oh. I should be. Oh. But yeah. I mean, it'll all work out when you listen to the men of the Lord. You inquire of them and actually listen to the protocols that they give you. I mean, then those protocols are really there just to keep us safe. When you don't keep them, you're not safe.
It's like we don't have sound on Facebook.
On Facebook, I know Facebook. It was saying there was something wrong with it. Oh no, let me check it. Actually, hold on, let me check.
That was about 10. That was about 15. No, 17 minutes ago. And I wasn't looking at
Yeah. Oh, let me see. I can hear it. I can hear it on Facebook.
I said that was like 15, 17 minutes ago.
Is it the system saying it, or is it someone else saying it?
No, it's a sister, I believe.
Saying that we don't have sound on. Although we don't have sound on Facebook.
That was at 7:28.
Say it again.
That was at 7:28.
Oh, that was a while ago. No, I can hear it on my Facebook. I don't know. It might be her Facebook or something. I don't know. Yeah, I can hear it. You can. But yeah, I don't know. But you got to inquire of the Lord. You have to. You will receive understanding though. You just have to humble yourself. You just have to really humble yourself and then try to just listen. Love listening to the men of the Lord. Love listening and hearing the breakdowns that they give. Getting more knowledge. Being humble and soaking up in this knowledge that they have. Because these brothers have a lot of knowledge. I mean, you can't be prideful thinking you know everything. Don't be like that. I mean, you can't lean onto your own understanding. That's what the Bible says. Lean not unto thy own understanding. Get Jeremiah chapter 17 verse 9. The Bible tells us not to lean lean on our own not to lean on unto thy own understanding. I think it's how it goes. Come on. Yeah, you're not supposed to lean unto your own understanding. And it's for a reason too. There's a reason you shouldn't lean onto your own understanding. 17 and 9. Jeremiah 17 and 9. You got it? Karen, go ahead. This is hold on. Now, this is the reason we shouldn't lean onto our own understanding. This is the reason right here. Go ahead. Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 9. Come on, that's it. Come on.
Well, this is the book of Jeremiah, 17, verse 9. The heart is deceitful above all things.
Hold on, because the heart is this. What is your heart?
Your actions.
No. Your heart. What is your heart? What is your heart?
It gives you life. I don't know how you're asking.
Like, what is your heart? When it says the heart is deceitful, what is it talking about?
Life.
Your life will be no. Your mind. It's your mind.
Okay. All right. Yes, I think.
All right. Your mind is deceitful above all things. Like, your mind is deceitful. This is why we can't lean onto our own understanding, because you what you got on your mind is you got smoking weed. You at work and all you thinking about is smoking weed out there. Like, when can I get the next blunt? Damn, you at work twitching. You know, I gotta get to that next blunt. Or you just wishing that you could find a pound of weed. That's what's always on your mind. Your mind's always thinking to do evil. It's deceitful. And keep on reading. Start from the top.
The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Like I said, it's desperately looking to do evil. It's always constantly thinking about evil. You're just always constantly thinking about weed. That's all you can think about. That's all that's in your mind. You're just thinking about weed. And when can I get the next blunt? When can I go and sleep with the harlots? When can I go do this? When can I go and eat that pork, man? At church, we gonna get that pork for the big old dinner, for that Sunday dinner. Do they not always do that? They always go and they eat. They get a big old meal, and they usually be pork, because their mind is desperately wicked. They're always running to do evil. But keep on going. Who can know it?
And who can know it? Because they don't even understand that the things that they're doing is wrong. A lot of people lean on to their own understanding, and they might not understand that the thing that they're doing is wrong. That's why you can't lean onto your own understanding. You've got to come up in here and you've got to renew everything, literally relearn everything. That's why you've got to take heed and listen and ask questions. You've got to be willing to ask questions about everything. Like, can I do this? Can I do that? Is it okay for me to do this? Is it okay for me to do that? Can I even walk in my room? But yeah, you've got to literally relearn everything that you know in the world. Because everything that you knew in the world was evil. And your mind is just straight evil, desperately looking for evil, desperately looking to go and sleep with harlots, desperately looking to go and get drunk and make a fool of yourself. You're just waiting for the weekend to end, man. I'm trying to black out. That's what you're looking for, evil. Our mind is always looking for evil. So we can't lean onto our own understanding. We can't lean onto our own. We've got to go to the men of the Lord. That's what we've got to do. And get understanding from them. You got to get knowledge from them. You can't get knowledge from yourself. Because your knowledge is evil. It's wicked. Go ahead.
It's not necessarily a question. I just want to say something about the hardest deceitful of all things from what I've heard. From what I've heard from other camps and other classmates and other men above me, it's this hard is your way of thinking, and most of the time, what you think, you do.
There you go. Yeah,
that's your way of living.
Yeah, that is very true. Yes, that is very true, because what you thinking in your mind is, like I said, you thinking of weed all the time. You thinking of smoke weed, so you're gonna end up doing those things. You're gonna end up going and smoking that weed because that's all you're thinking about. If all you're thinking about is sleeping with harlots, then that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna do those things because it's stuck on your mind. You think about the things that you do first. Your mind tells you what to say and what not to say. If you should be quiet and when you should speak. You think about it first. So we've got to train our minds to instead of speaking, learn to be quiet and listen. There's a lot of people in the world that they don't know how to be quiet and listen. You know what's crazy is a lot of these people, when they come out and listen, or when we come out of camp, right, and they walking by and everything, the people who start shouting out things don't even know what we're talking about half the time. They don't know what we're talking about half the time. They just blabbering out because they want to. And that's the crazy thing. They're not even listening to what we're saying. Especially our own people. We're coming out and saying, we're coming to save Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And then they come out and say, you crazy. Like what? You don't even listen to any words that came out of my mouth because they're so quick to speak instead of wanting to hear and applying themselves to listen. They'd rather just shout out and blurt out. That's what they'd rather do. Instead of hold on, what was the scripture? Hold on. I'm gonna get it exact. No, I was looking at the other scripture. I want to get it exact. But instead of bowing down thine ear, what do? They walked out proud and I'm prideful. They walked prideful, not listening to anything you have to say, even though you're there for them, trying to show them brotherhood. That's what I was trying to say, because a lot of people in the world, they look at us a certain way. They look at us like a hate group and a cult. Like we some criminals or enemies. We're really there for them. They're looking at us as if we some people who are gonna like just murder somebody or something. It's like unalived. I mean, then we have a record of, like, think about it. The police station has a worse record than we do. We don't even have a record. We don't have no receipts on us. Right. When have you ever heard of the Isupk coming out and unaliving anybody? Never heard of it. Or breaking into or stealing. You've never heard of it. Because we have a record. I mean, dang, the fruit that is being bared here in Isupk is good. It's not evil fruit. Like in the Christian church or in the world or in the police station. Those are evil fruit. It's wicked fruit. Sorry, where was I at? But yeah. Who's on Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 9, right? Oh, yeah. You got to change your mindset. Like I said, you've got to become a child. Become a child in this truth. Instead of leaning on your own understanding, because your own understanding was wicked ways. And you've been living, what, 40 to 50 years of your life in lies, in wickedness. Now you've got to, let go. Water. Now you've got to change your life. You got to change your life and come up in this truth. And you've got to, like I said at the very beginning, you've got to prepare thy soul for temptation. You got to prepare your soul for temptation. That's what you got to do. Water, though.
Challenge.
God, it is a challenge.
The Lord is calling you out. See what you about.
Yeah.
You
You know, it's very crazy. It's very crazy because everybody in the world, they think whenever you serve the Lord, that it's all going to be peaceful and happy. That you're not going to go through no problems when serving the Lord. That's why they look at the Christian church as such as a man of God, and that your Christian pastor served the Lord because he has all these nice things like a nice car and a nice house. They look at him like he's someone who really serves the Lord because of the things he has, because of the life he's living. But he's living that life because he's stealing stuff from people. He's living that life because he's a thief. What you got to understand is when you come to serve the Lord, you're going to end up being broke and poor. That's the truth. You heard?
I got a bone to pick with them.
Oh.
But if everybody outside of here sees that church, Christianity, the Catholics, and the Mormonism as a safe haven, as something light, something that's supposed to release them from the things that they might be going through outside of that church, right?
Oh.
That's not the case. Just end up. I don't know what to say this, but things happen in those churches with children and women with money. That's not a new one. That's rock every Sunday. But they're not getting away from their everyday struggle.
Come on.
But they think it's light.
You remember when I brought up that article about what happened in Mexico in the Christian church? Yeah, they ended up getting hurt because the Christian church isn't the truth. That's not where safety and peace lies. In the Christian church, you're gonna end up getting, that's the most dangerous place you could be.
It's like they have great propaganda.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can look at a commercial or a Mormon knocks on the door. You know about salvation? Oh, your life would be so much better.
It's
you don't
crazy.
have to worry about anything. No, Satan. And he will, but like right now, it's not the time for that. Everything has a season.
Wait, well, hold on. What you mean? What you mean?
Right now, I think I'm living in the season of war.
No, I'm talking about like what you talking about? Like what are you talking about? Like you saying that like the Mormons come to your door and they be like, oh, this is gonna save you, he's gonna make your life better. And you said and they be like, he gonna save you, and you said he will. But I mean, if you join, it made it seem like you said he will if you join them. I was like, wait, hold on now. If you join them.
Have to go into their churches and
Oh yeah.
their beliefs, and then you'll get this salvation. Everybody, not just, everybody. Everybody, the whole planet. And that's not what we see.
They say everybody. Everybody's gonna get salvation. Is what they say.
They teach that everybody.
No, I'm saying. So you're saying that if you come in here, you come up in here and with us, that everybody's gonna get salvation.
No.
Oh,
I said Mormons.
yeah, I know. Moment.
They knock on your door and they tell you the thing that everybody, every human, every
I see what you mean. I see what you mean.
individual can be saved.
I see what you mean.
Join us.
I see what you mean. Okay, yeah,
Opposed to we do.
but yeah, that's not the case. Yeah, that's not the case because not everybody is gonna be saved. Like our person don't even need saving. You saw you don't need saving. Like what was Joe Biden doing while there's a whole war going on? What was Joe Biden doing the other day? He was chilling at the beach, chilling on the beach, bro. Well, yeah, he was chilling on the beach. What do they need saving from? Well, there's a whole war going on. He chilling on the beach, like yeah. So, like, why? When do we ever have time to really chill on the beach like that?
Only for other complications.
He's only one on.
That's mandatory.
Hey, I mean, we rarely get. Sometimes we might get time to do it if we have a vacation or something. But we don't get as many vacations. We get little crumbs. We don't get things like they do. They having fun all the time. Man. We get to have fun some of the like a little bit of time. Really, we don't even really get to have fun or to get to go out and get a break. They get a break all the time. But it's okay though, because they're gonna feel how it feels to how we felt. They're gonna know how it felt, all the struggles that we went through. They're gonna know how it feels, especially when World War III pops off. They're gonna know how it feels, because once World War III gets up in here, it's not gonna be a good feeling for them no more. They're not gonna be able to go out and just get to stroll out in the streets or on the go for a walk like they used to, because there's gonna be a war going on. But also, I was saying when you come up in this truth, now you are gonna end up being broke because the Lord is gonna tempt you. You're gonna see what you are at your lowest. But you have something to say, go?
I was gonna say that in this scripture that we're reading,
Oh.
there are deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. That is, first of all, those demons, but that is how we think as individuals. We shouldn't think as individuals. We should think about statutes and commandments.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to it, but yeah. Yeah. No, you tomorrow. No, we just gonna get to it. Yeah. Hey, that's a good thing because we gonna get into that. Yeah, go back to Ecclesiasticus chapter 6 and verse 34. But yeah, we can't lean onto our own understanding, like I said, because the ways that we know in this world, that we were taught in this world, is just straight evil. This is straight evil against the Most High. You got it? 34. Back to where we were. I just wrote it off for them. Oh, the Apocrypha? Yeah, come on. Yeah, it's back in the Apocrypha. Now, I would keep a tab up there and then keep another one just in case. But don't delete that article that's up there. Do you see the article? Come on, don't delete that. Don't delete that. Yeah, don't delete the article. We won't get into that. The article.
Ecclesiasticus 6 and 34, right?
Come on. Ready?
That's 34?
Huh. Ecclesiasticus chapter 6 and verse 34.
The book of Ecclesiasticus chapter 6 and verse 34. And stand in a multitude of the elders.
Hold on. Stand in the multitude of the elders. Go where the wise men are. I mean, you gotta acquire of the wise men. Wherever the Isupk is and wherever these wise men are at, you gotta go there. These men have been in the truth way longer than we have. These men know a lot more than we know. You've got to stand around wise men who know what they're talking about. You got to stand around men like Captain Tazaria, listening to him, opening your ears to be able to hear the teachings and the sayings that he has. You got to open your ears to be able to hear. Bow down your ear to be able to hear the things that he says, because the things that he says are very wise. Like you got Captain Tazaria, Captain Yatazak. You got Officer Dawada. These men have been in the truth. Like, think about it. These men have been in the truth way longer than we have. Think how much. Officer Dawada probably been in here about maybe 10 or 11 years. That's a lot of knowledge to gain over the course of 10 years. You can't get knowledge like that over what? Like a year? Can't get knowledge like that. Oh, but 10 years? These brothers have been in there for 10 years and have a lot of knowledge. Stand around wise men. Come and get around wise men and listen to the things that they have. Don't blabber around, but listen to these men. Don't go off and be prideful around these men, because these men are wise. It'd be wise to get around these men. It'd be very wise to get around these men and listen to the things that they have to say. Listen to the things, because, I mean, they teach you. Think about it. They really teach you how to live life, not just teaching you scriptures and teaching you. They teach you how to go through life, how to take care of your children, how to treat your children, how you should handle children. They teach you how to do all that. How to handle your wife, how not to treat your wife so aggressively, how to love your wife. These men will teach you how to live life, literally, how to run your household, how to be a man. They'll teach you how to do those things. They'll teach you even how to treat your animals. You need help learning how to teach how to raise your animal. These men will teach you how to raise your animals. They will teach you how to live your life. Even teach you how to pump gas into your car. I know that's not a joke. Teach you how to do everything. I mean, you got to take notes from these men that have this knowledge. They have this knowledge in this truth, in this Bible. I mean, it'd be wise to get around these men. Read it again.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 6. Stand in the multitude of the elders and cleave unto him that is wise.
Yeah, stand in the multitude of elders and cleave unto him that is wise. Cleave unto these men that are wise. Like that. I was just with Officer Dawada the other day. After I took him to the doctor. I was with him the other day and we was getting some like food, and I was listening to what he said, and he was teaching me about how to literally how to get the right woman. I mean, and he was telling me to ask her questions like ask her if she has a father, because then if you know if she has a father, then you'll know if she was raised, like if she has a good structure, if she was raised by someone with discipline. You've got to ask her questions like that. But yeah, these men will teach you how to get the right woman, how to live your life right. I mean, then they're there to keep your soul safe. They're there to watch over your souls. Damn, I can't think of that scripture right now, but I'll think of it later. But it's the one where they're watchers over your soul. So I'm like, all right, they watch over your soul. But yeah, these men are there to watch over your soul. to keep you safe. These men are wise, and it'd be very wise to cleave unto them and get all this information. Don't be an individual like. Don't be him standing by yourself. Don't be them trying to get all the trying to learn everything by yourself. Like I said, don't lean onto your own understanding. You're gonna be an individual like leaning onto your own understanding and end up getting yourself on the lie. I mean, you gotta come to class where the elders are. Find the class. I mean, hey. You gotta find these elders somewhere. Wherever they are, inquire of them. Go where they are and stand with them and listen to them. Keep on going on.
Verse 35. Be willing to hear every godly discourse.
Man, be willing to hear every godly discourse. I mean, I just listened to Captain Desire today. I mean, it was a premiere, but he was talking to this oppressor. He was talking to this oppressor, and they was going over the statistics of crime, of black Hispanics, black crime. And man, he was body bagging them. It's like Captain Desire was body bagging. Like, man. But you could read it again.
Verse 35. Be willing to hear every godly discourse. And let not
discourse. Like, I mean, we have all these debates. We have all these podcasts that you can listen to. You have to be willing to hear these things, just like you have to be willing to listen, willing to take this information in. You got to be willing to hear every godly discourse. Be willing to hear these things. Willing to you got to be willing to hear these things, because on here they take the lie and the truth and break it down. Like, then you on the you see the men above you over here in a battle or in a debate or something, and they showing you the lie and the truth. They showing you why the truth is the truth and why the lie is a lie. They showing you why Christianity is a lie, why Buddhism is a lie, and they're breaking it down. And they putting these Christians in a body bag, cutting them, slash. But be willing to hear every godly discourse, especially at camp. Because at camp, man, you got to be willing to hear it. Hear what the men of the Lord say. Especially when we out there and we listen to what Cap and them say. Man, you ever hear some things like Cap say, you be like, wow. Like, it just blows your mind. But keep on reading.
And let not the parables of the understanding escape thee.
But don't let these parables escape you. Don't let these parables escape you. If you have a question, ask the question. If you have a question and you don't understand something in the Bible, don't let it slide. Don't let it just, I don't understand it. I'm just going to keep on reading. No, write it down or something so that you can ask the question later. I mean, these men of the Lord will answer your questions. Don't let it escape. Go ahead.
Be willing to hear every godly discourse. This is a discussion.
Come.
Discussions, sometimes they're not like, most of the time they're not like, but it's like they're going back and forth.
Oh.
But just be willing, like, listen to it.
Oh.
Hear this, you know what I mean? It's like you ever seen the debates that we be having? Like, they let each other talk.
Cool.
You know what I mean? This is giving us, telling them, hear this, listen to this.
And you know
what? Don't just be minded about it, listen to it because the man Lord be happiness.
No, you know what's crazy is this happens all the time when we at camp. Like nobody hears it. Like so, you know, the people who come and they say something that's like crazy. They say something crazy, and we like call out. We call them out too. We call them out and be like, "Hey, man, come and talk to us. Come and have a discussion. Let's see who's right." But they don't ever do it. They keep on going. That's what we need. Like we want to let's see who's right. Let's see who's right. I mean, if you're right, we'll put up our things and we'll go away. But if you're wrong, do you hear that? I'll be raining out there, but no, you too loud. You too loud. But if you're right, no, if we're right, well then you come and follow us. You put away that guy.
It's like
Good.
I heard this from our camp leader and a captain. If we're wrong, we'll pack things up and leave.
Yeah, we'll pack things up and leave if we're wrong.
It never doesn't.
Never. Like, why don't you just? So if we're wrong, why don't you try this? I mean, it's like if you're wrong, why don't you try this? Because this might actually save your life. This might be the real problem to your. So this might be the real answer to your solutions. Like that might actually help you and end up changing your lives. If you would have never listened and instead gone and about your own way, you think your life would be as it is today? That's a question.
No.
No, it wouldn't.
We'll talk about I won't think of it.
Meaning,
No, I wouldn't. Or I like it. I love somebody. Other stuff in the world.
I wouldn't be here either. If I would have not listened to class, I'd have been like, man, nah, I ain't gonna. But I did. I don't know. It clicked.
So that's what caught my attention was that you know my favorite scripture.
God, yeah.
That's what caught my attention. At one point, I didn't regard any love for nobody. But when I read that in Captain, I started to put that down. And we are.
Carl, we gotta gather together.
In the same boat.
Yeah. Carl. Yeah. Yeah, well,
You ain't want me to bring it up. No, don't. I love that scripture, man.
Yeah, I understand. But yeah, I mean, you got a question about anything, ask the question. Don't let it sit there and just ponder. Don't let it sit there and ponder in your mind like, man, I don't know this. Man, maybe the Most High will give me a dream and he'll break it down to me. No, that's not how it's going to work. Go to the men of the Lord and ask them these questions. So maybe you might even have a question in the middle of the night. I know I've done this before. I know I called up a brother in the middle of the night asking a question. But what they are going to do is they are going to answer, and they are going to answer your question. We are. The men of the Lord are going to answer your question. We're going to answer. I'm not just going to leave you hanging. And you be like, you know what, bro, go to sleep. No, you might even be having a problem at night. You might be struggling with or dealing with something at night, in the middle of the night. You just got to call up a brother. We're going to answer. We're going to answer, and we're going to help you deal with that problem. The men of the Lord is going to help you deal with that problem.
Before I got in here, I never got that. And that was before I.
You said before?
Yeah.
You mean you always got left hanging, or you never?
No. Before I started coming to class, going to camp, working on myself. Before that, outside in the world, I never got left hanging from anybody in the UK.
Yeah. But
as captain, at the outside.
Come
4
on.
in the morning, bro. I'm waking him up.
That's how it is.
Yeah,
Oh,
I never got that.
oh. And with everybody else, I mean, everybody else in the world, they're not even going to respond. They're not even going to answer that phone call.
Even then, I understood that elder, those people that drink, you know, that are above me, even then, I knew they had some sort of witness. I never went to PBS and TD Jakes. And
TD Jakes?
Osteen.
You said TD Jakes?
You know, I never went to them. I was went to
Come.
the people here. Telling me this.
Oh. Come. We gotta. That's right. It is worth it. It is worth it coming up in here because here you're gonna get shown the ultimate brotherhood. So I'm saying, like other people, they perceive this to be something that is not. They perceive this to be a hate group, but this is really a love group. We love our brothers. We really love on our people. That's what we're doing. We're not out here hating people. We are not out here to turn you down. Yeah, you're gonna come up in here, but you got to change your life to come up in here. When you come up in here, you got to get the understanding. That's what you got to do. You got to get understanding. Even if it's the same, like you got to get understanding on things even when you don't understand it. But even if it's the same question, like you might have questions about scriptures that might be the same scripture. But like I said, you've got to go over more than once. You're not gonna get everything at the first time. You're not gonna get it at the first time. So you've got to get it more. You've got to go over it more than once. There's some things you have to go over more than once. You're not gonna get it the first time. But you have to get the understanding. It's like you have to get the understanding. I mean, it might be the same parable, but still ask the question though. Don't let that sit and ponder. Ask the question. Keep on going though.
Verse 35. Be willing to hear every godly discourse and let the parables of the understanding escape you.
So yeah, be willing to hear every godly discourse and let not the parables understand you. Instead of be willing to hear everything before you go out, before you even open your mouth. I'm pretty sure there's a scripture about there's a scripture. Can't think of it right now, but yeah, there's a scripture about that. But you've got to be willing to hear. You've got to be willing to hear everything first before you just go off and open your mouth as soon as possible, because that's what everybody in the world does. They're so quick to speak that they're not even listening or hearing the things that we're saying. They're not even hearing the things that we talking about. But keep on going. What scripture? No, that's not it. That's not it. I wasn't talking about that one. That's another one. There.
Verse 36. If thou seest a man of understanding,
Hold on. You see a man of understanding. Oh, keep on going, actually. I'll let you.
get thee betimes unto him.
Well, you see Captain Yatazak. You see men like Afsha Dawada that have this understanding. Get beside them. Get beside them and get beside them and learn this knowledge. Trying to get this knowledge from these men of the Lord. Get beside them and get this understanding. Get beside them. Get beside them. Find where you can get this knowledge. You gotta find the places where you see these men with understanding. You gotta find and inquire of them to get this understanding. You gotta find the class. You gotta find class where the men of the Lord are at. You gotta find this at camp. Find the men of the Lord at camp. I mean, you can even find them on Facebook. Find them on Facebook. Find them on Instagram. So some brothers even have Snapchat. Find them, and inquire of them to get the understanding from these men. Keep on going. Come.
I know what B times.
Say it again.
B times.
Get thee betimes unto him. Get thee besides him. Like get beside him.
That's what that means.
All right, get beside him and get this understanding.
Being supported.
No, get
Same
beside him,
thing.
like get beside him and
Oh, like that's physical.
like get beside him and learn these scriptures. Like get the breakdowns from him, like you would hang around Officer Dawada, or you would hang around the men of the Lord that are above you. Get thee besides him and learn these things. Learn these things. Learn this truth.
Times unto him.
Hmm.
Be around that man.
Get to be around this brother. Well, like, hold on. You know what? Keep on reading.
Okay. And let thy foot where the steps of his door. Verse 37.
Hold on. Get thy foot, and let thy foot where the steps of his door. And ask him questions over and over. You want to ask this brother questions over and over. That's what you want to ask him questions over and over and over about these scriptures, about this truth. That's what you want to do. If you want to become the best. If you want to become the best football player, you have to do what? You have to practice. No, you have to practice on your own time. You have to practice whatever you feel like. No, you have to practice every day. So you have to be with these men of the Lord every day. Going out here and learning this truth every day. Being with these men every day. Getting this understanding every day. I mean, you gotta follow these men and see how they deal with situations. You gotta see how they deal with marriage, how they deal with their wife, how they deal with other brothers' situations. And you gotta become these men. Become these men. Keep on going.
And let thy foot where the steps of his door. Verse 37. Let thy mind be upon the ordinances of the Lord.
Let your mind be the order of the Lord. Be the ordinance of the Lord. When you go through your day, like I said, we was gonna get into it. When you go through your day, no, hold on. Let me read. Keep on going.
And meditate continually.
And a lot of people in the world, they think meditating is what is that thing they do? They be like, oh, like all that, they were they, yeah, like, or like they be like crossing their hands, they be like this, or crisscross applesauce and all that. Yeah, some Indian stuff. They think meditating is like that stuff. That's not meditating. Meditating is thinking about it. Think about it continually in your mind. Like when you go through your day, think about the law, statute, commandment. Think about keeping these law, statute, commandments continually. Think about it continually through your day. When you go on and you at work, right? Think about those laws continually. Think about them and think how you can keep those laws continually in your mind. Think about it continually. Oh, it's like, I mean, you might be struggling with your. You might be struggling. Hold on. Yeah, you might be struggling with your wife or something, but get counsel. Get counsel so that, and get these scriptures and get these breakdowns so that you can think about it continually. You could think about it continually. It is true. Think about these laws, statutes, commandments continually. Because if you're not thinking about it, then Satan's gonna give you something to think about. Gonna give you gonna be sitting in your house and you just sitting in idle, not thinking about these commandments. Satan's gonna give you something to think about. He's gonna give you the harlot to think about. You're gonna end up thinking about that harlot or smoking weed. It's gonna pop up in your mind like, damn. I haven't done that in a minute. No, think about these law, statutes, commandments continually throughout your days. Think about them. You just got to get counsel and think about God's commandments. That's what you got to do. Keep on reading.
You shall establish thine heart and give thee wisdom at thine own desires.
If you will establish your mind to do these things that this Bible says, then you actually do them, you're gonna get wisdom. You can read it again. Come, no, not from the beginning, but from the last part you read.
You shall establish thine heart and give thee wisdom at thine own desire.
He shall establish thine heart. So if you know what? If you establish your mind to do these things, you'll get wisdom and understanding. You'll get it. But if you want to go off on your own way and follow your own way and not do these things, not establish your mind to keep these laws, statutes, commandments, to know these scriptures, to know these breakdowns, you won't get the understanding. You don't even try, you won't even get the understanding. A lot of our people ain't even trying to get to understand what we're saying. A lot of our people ain't even trying to understand and get the breakdowns. But they're trying to live their best life, trying to go off and do the best, go off and live the best life that they can. You heard the Henrys?
Fine.
Okay.
Once you follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, he'll establish you as a solid man. Then you can move around how you want to move around according to those laws, statutes, and commandments. You won't be part of the world.
You will not be part of the world no more.
Now you got that wisdom. Now you got that knowledge.
You thinking about his laws, statutes, commandments every day. You meditating on them.
That helps, man. That helps. Yeah, my slavery. Practicing, like they give me special food at work.
Wait, hold on. Wait, what?
Yeah,
they said they give you special food. Oh yeah.
My food doesn't touch pork or chocolate.
Yeah, that's how.
They do that for me. They come and ask me that. They're like, are we making this? Do you want this? What is it? It's a jalapeno red. No, you can have it. They already know.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
You saw that the other day. Remember that brother was making us some food? He made some jalapeno poppers.
Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. He was like, "Oh, you don't eat pork." Yeah, you don't eat pork. Never mind. He did say, "I remember that." I remember because he had asked me if I wanted some too. I remember that, but he didn't really know me like that, so yeah, he didn't know me. But yeah, you got to establish your mind.
But you know what? I still hate that day because he ended up making me something without this.
Most High Christ. But yeah. Yeah, most High Christ. Yeah, bro. But yeah, we got to establish your mind in this doing the things that the Bible tells us to. You got to establish and keep these laws, statutes, commandments. You've got to get your mind wrapped around in these commandments. Like these have to be on your mind 24, meditating on these things, so that Satan can't come up in here and give you an evil thought. That your thoughts actually become this Bible. They become the word of the law, statutes, and commandments. So that when you see something that's evil, you can discern right and wrong. You can be like, nah, that's not right. And maybe when you become of a higher rank, now you're able to give other brothers counsel on things. Now you're able to help brothers with their marriage. Now you're able to discern how to help brothers with their families, with their children, and all that. You become established. And now you're able to help them, help brothers go through the struggle, get better, and renew their mind. You help them establish their mind. Well, yeah. The only way you would be able to do that is not taking. You can't. It's not diving head first into this. You know what? Give me Isaiah 28 and 9. You got it? Can I go ahead?
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 28, verse 9. Whom shall he teach knowledge?
Hold on. Whom shall the Lord teach knowledge? Keep on going.
And whom shall he make to understand doctrine?
And whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Oh, is he going to make the people who think they know everything understand the doctrine and the knowledge? No. So to be able to even understand this knowledge, you've got to humble yourself. You've got to humble yourself, and you've got to listen. This whole time we've got to listen. When you come from this truth, you've got to listen and humble yourself, because you've got to be renewed. You've got to renew your mind to be a child again when you come up into this truth. You can't come up in here thinking you know everything. It's not going to work out. It's not going to work out so well, because technically you really don't know everything. But when you come up in here, you got to humble yourself and listen to the men of the Lord. Listen to what these men have to say and get the understanding and get the breakdown from these men, because these men know so much more than us, than the people who are brothers and sisters who barely came up in this truth. So, but keep on reading.
Them that are weaned from the milk.
Hold on. Them that are weaned from the milk. Those are the people that are going to understand doctrine and get the understanding and the knowledge. Because you can get the understanding of the big things, of the deep, dark mysteries. Like we were saying earlier. You have to get understanding of the milk scriptures first. Like, you can't just jump, you can't dive head first into it. It's not going to work. Read from the top again, or you know what? Go ahead. What were you going to say?
Some simple, say there are levels to this thing.
Yeah, there are levels to it. I mean, they ain't. Peter wanted. Peter was trying to get all the breakdown. He was trying to go right into it. He dived in first, because was like, nah, you ain't ready yet. You ain't ready. You ain't ready. You ain't ready yet. Hold on. But first, we have to be weaned from the milk. We have to be weaned from the milk. Read it again.
Verse 9. Whom shall he teach knowledge? And whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk.
Them that are weaned from the milk will understand. The people who actually take the time to listen instead of yapping all the time, the ones who accept, or the ones who allow themselves to be taught again, the ones who allow themselves to be a child, because a child can be taught. A child is always ready to learn, but a grown up was already taught. They're not ready to learn. So that's what you got to do. You got to become a child in this truth. But can you get Ecclesiasticus chapter 12 and verse 10? All right.
What is it? Ecclesiasticus?
12 and 10. We're going to get the article right now. Yeah. That's all about the scripture.
Yes.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 12 and verse 10.
Chapter 12, verse 10.
Go ahead. You got it? You know who Halle Berry is?
Yeah, it's just like actor, right? Actress.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're finna get into it. Hold on.
Ecclesiasticus 12%.
Come on, go ahead.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12 and verse 10. Never trust thine enemy.
Man, you can never trust your own enemy. Why should you never trust your enemy?
Because your enemy, first of all, is your enemy, but their objective is to destroy you.
Exactly. These people are trying to come after you and destroy you. Their objective is to destroy you. But us as a people, we are over here listening to the sweet words, to the sweet things that they have to say. And they're out to destroy us. They're out to destroy us. Like, you should never trust your enemy, because these people are only trying to pursue us. They're only trying to pursue us. And us being a foolish people, we just trusting them. We putting our trust all through. We just putting our trust in them. But you've got to never trust your own enemy, because our oppressors only care about themselves. The East Indians only care about their own people. The Africans only care about their own people. I don't understand. These people only care about their own people. They don't care about Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. But the crazy thing is, we care about everybody. They only care for their nations, and we care about every other nation. Instead of trusting them, we've got to care and trust our own people. Read it again.
Verse 10. Never trust thine enemy.
Never trust thine enemy.
For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. These people, you know the process of iron rusting. It's always going to happen. You can clean it up and clean it up to make it look nice and shiny, but that process of iron rusting is always going to come back. So is our oppressor. His evilness is always going to come back. He may be nice and all friendly, but the same thing is going to happen. Like, think about it. History has always repeated itself. We keep trusting in our oppressors, but the same thing has always happened. They always abuse us, always put us in captivity.
Right.
Like, it always happens. We still have the nerve to trust these people. But they've been the same. They'll still divert back to the abortion clinics, back to unaliving us on the streets, diverting to try to take over the whole earth. They'll still divert back to it because they're like us iron ruthers. So is his wickedness. His wickedness will always come back. Always come back. Will always come back. So we can't trust him. You got the article though? Damn, bro.
Sorry?
See? Gotta go ahead. You know, hold on, because I'm thinking about it. It's already 8:47. Nah, we'll come. We'll do it another day. We'll come back to it. You want to read it?
No, sorry.
Come on, go ahead.
What you were saying about that scripture,
Oh.
that shit, that stuff is heavy.
Heavy.
Yes. Like, even in our regular lives, like depending our status in society, relying on the slave master at work to help us do better.
That'll always come back.
You can't trust them.
You can't.
But they'll tell you things like, I'll give you an example. My slavery, people that I work for, you a good fit for this, and we will help you get fit. You know what I mean?
You know what? Yeah.
And then I realized that was just hype. That was just
nice. It was
words are smooth as soft as butter.
smoother than.
It was some bull.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. I remember you telling me. I remember you telling me.
They saw an excellent slave, but they didn't see a potential leader.
Come.
Hey, I'm adding this scripture to my arsenal.
Oh,
I like this one.
most on course. But yeah, I guess we'll end it right there. We'll like. Yeah, we'll end it right there. But with that, this is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started on 125th Street, Harlem, New York. And with that, I'm going to pass the class to Officer Taziar.
These are the ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK. It started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for a new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to the brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verses 21, the book of Malachi, chapters 3, verses 8 through 10. Mashrah, which means cent in the Hebrew, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offerings for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. Feast of dedication, Hanukkah. The 25th day of the 9th month by the space of 8 days. This takes place on Thursday, December 7th, 2023, for 8 days. You can find this in the first book of Maccabees, chapter 4, verses 52 to 61. Reminding Hakim and Aqua to check in the board in the hallway. If any brother wants to be a trooper in the school, you're required to wear all black. That includes boots, shirts, pants, headband, and scarves. And that concludes the ISUPK security announcements. And with that, we're going to start. We're going to turn to east. We're going to start the Lord's Prayer. All the time. Abinao. Shabbat Shemayim. Badash. Hayah. Shemka. Yahweh. Malaka. Kaba'ah. Latzayka. Hayah. Aisha. Baraza. Kawa. Hayah. Bashemayim. Natanana. Kam. Ka. Yawam. Wasalakina. Kabawakina. Kasalakina. Kabawakina. Wala. Tabayahaina. Panasaiwan. Abba. Hawasayana. Mayan. Right. Hayah. Laka. Kamalakwa. Wahala. Wahatapara. Laiwalanyam. Amen.
And what we said was, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
Now we're going to start. We're going to give a courtesy salute to the brothers. Men of Israel. Imagine Shabbat. Imagine. Barak. Yahweh. Yahweh. Sorry, I'm going to turn in face the sisters. One courtesy salute. Men of Israel. Imagine Shabbat. Imagine. Barak.
How Shema Hashem Yahushua.
Yazid Top. Tyson Smith.